Good morning. Welcome to the homestead. Glad you could make it. Well, I've got some things I need to do this morning on this beautiful, really windy morning. Like clean up that wood behind me and put it on the wood pile. That way we can clear the area up to start planting the trees that we bought. Anyway, let's get on with it. All right, got that little task taken care of. Now I got to do some raking to get all the thorns up that broke off on those branches in the ground when we fell the trees. So that way we don't run over them, get flat tires, step on them, get sore feet. The animals don't get hurt, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go get the spring rake and use that. It seems to work best. Well, we've been hearing this little dog howl, well, not little dog, sound like a big dog howl for the last half hour or so. We finally went and investigated the house next door. They're remodeling it right now. There's nobody there, and there's a puppy, like a golden lab mix, behind the house, tied up on a string or cable. They had food set out for it, but its water dish was empty, so we filled up its makeshift water dish. And Brenda decided that we needed to outfit it better with a water dish and a food dispenser. So we're going to go take care of that, make sure the dog's fine. And we don't know if it's the guy that owns the house that's working on it, or if it's a worker. I don't recognize the pickup truck, but it's from Utah, so it's probably the owner. Anyway, so we're going to go do that. And yes, I'm sidetracked. I don't have a rake in my hand. Squirrel! Well, in true me fashion, I'm not picking up the rake yet. These gas struts came in, so I want to get them put on this delivery box. And then also there's one other thing I want to do, and it should be a quickie. The little parcel box we use for notes from the neighbors, that kind of stuff, that's on the tree. I'll show it to you. When I mounted it, I just mounted it straight to the tree. So it's sitting at a little bit of an angle. So the little door keeps falling open. So I just need to put a couple of little pieces of plywood behind it to get it more level so the door doesn't fall open. That should take about 2 minutes. Okay, 5. Anyway, so I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to get the measuring for these gas struts for this box and get those installed. That shouldn't take too long, I hope. I've never installed them on anything I've built, so I understand the basic premise of how they should go, the measurements, that kind of thing. So hopefully I get it right the first time. All it needs to do is reduce the pressure that it takes to open it and then hold it closed when it goes all the way down. That's the plan. Not sure how I hook this up. It's been a couple of years. I think it just slides on. Yep, that's what it does. On those screws right there and right there. So I just need to get something to hold it out about that far. It's not going to stay totally closed because it's a little tweaked. Okay, I'm going to go get a couple of screws. I'm going to cut these real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, instead of using this whole piece of wood, which isn't going to work, I don't think, because the tree's round and it's got a bigger space over here than over there, I'm going to cut it and double it up so that it'll fit on this side, get that bottom end out. Okay, did I say 2 minutes? Did I say 5 minutes? A lot longer than that. Oh well, like every job I do. On to the box.
Good morning, welcome to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, we got distracted, and so I'm going to get out here and start raking because we got to get this orchard done. In this grass you really can't see the little thorns that broke off, but when you step you can hear them crunch. Sometimes you even get them stuck in your shoes, but you can hear them crunch, and that's how you know that there's thorns there, or branches anyhow, little twigs. And so sometimes it's about going over it and going over it, but I'm going to move over there a little bit so you can see better, and I'll just keep doing this. And then we're going to get those holes digged, because it's more important that we get those trees in the ground than it is that I get these little tiny twigs up. I'm not going to like stepping on twigs, but it's better than the trees dying after we paid a fortune. Saw my first snake of the season, one of those little earth snakes. It wasn't very long, maybe 5 inches, kind of skinny and wiggly. You can tell the difference between one of the little earth snakes and a lizard. Obviously lizards have legs, but also lizards are wider and a little flatter. And this is round and it squiggles, and lizards don't squiggle like that. So anyway, yep, first earth snake. Also, these cats just go to the bathroom everywhere. They go in the grass, they go in the dirt, they go in the sand, they go in the rocks. They just go to the bathroom everywhere. Because there's so many cats, I find it everywhere. Anyway, when I find it, I clean it. We do have that container that has all the little potty bags in it that sits out there next to that one cottage, hangs on that tree. So of course I'm gonna pick it up. Anyway, craziness. The orchard is ready to be planted. We need to find our locations for the trees we have. I'm going to go look up on the internet how tall all these are supposed to get, and so we can layer them. So when the sun comes across the sky like this, they are height-wise good. Also, whether or not they need a little shade throughout the day because of the heat of the Texas weather, because if that's the case, the pears are going to be tall, I know that, so maybe the apples need to be behind the pears so they don't get that heat of the sun. I don't know. I'm going to go look it all up, and then we're going to come out here and we're going to dig the holes. Now, we're not going to put the trees in the ground because it's already getting warm. So we're going to wait until evening when this is shaded.
This is all the way collapsed. That's going to put that about there. I'm just going to try it. Or the wind's going to try it for me. Works for me. Okay, well that takes care of the box and the post box on the outside. It opens nice, so we're going to call that good. I'm going to go put my tools away and see if I've got time to get involved in anything else before I go to work.
Okay, I marked out the places with a flag. First I put flower there, but it was easier to move the flag than it was to mark the flower. I got 9 markings out there, and it works fine except for that burn pile right there. It's right where one of those flags need to go. So what I thought about doing was, I'm going to take that burn pile that I lovely built, put it in the wheelbarrow, and take it out to the far burn pile and get it out of here completely. Okay, now it's clear. Now I'll mark off this one last marking, and when Lee gets home, which the clouds have come in, they're dark, real dark clouds have come in, tornado weather, you know, so I guess because we went from hot, now we're going down and the winds are blowing and stuff, I don't know, but conditions might be right, and the clouds will start to swirl. And it's really funny, I don't know, but when we first moved to Texas, we were somewhere, I don't remember where, maybe here, I don't know, and we looked up and the clouds were swirling up there, just kind of weird. And we're looking up and we're going, wow, that's weird, never seen that before. What we did not know is that that was the makings of a tornado. And if it formed itself just right, boom, a funnel would have came out of the sky. We didn't know that. So anyway, that's a big sign that tornadoes are brewing when you see the clouds starting to swirl up there. And it was fascinating. It was quite pretty. I'm just so thankful, though, that a tornado did not appear. It just ended up kind of dissipating and going off, and then that was it. But, oh, foolish us. Give us an earthquake. We know how to deal with that. Tornadoes, that's something new. So, okay, it's all cleared. When Lee gets home, it's going to be quite dark probably. And we're going to have to get some lights out here so he can punch those holes. And we're going to do our best with his big floodlights to be able to plant those tonight, because then they'll be in the ground, established. They'll go through tomorrow because we're going to be gone all day. We were going in town, we were going into the city because we have dentist appointment. But then daughter wanted to do a date night with her beau, so she asked if we'd pick up grandchild from school. So we said okay. But then daughter from Washington says, I'm going to be in town for work tomorrow. Want to meet up? So now we're going into town for dentist appointment, and we're not picking up granddaughter because daughter, who lives here, is going to get off work early and pick up granddaughter, and we're all going to meet up with daughter from Washington to hang out for the night, and then we're going to end up coming here, which will be quite late indeed. And so anyhow, my point to that story is We're going to be gone all day tomorrow, so we can't plant tomorrow, and they have to get in the ground. And then Tuesday it's supposed to rain. I don't know if all day, but it's supposed to rain. So it'd be good to have those trees in the ground and let them settle and everything with the water that's coming. Stay tuned. We'll try to record it. It may be too dark to record what we're doing tonight, but stay tuned.